Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. Got a great new product we wanted to tell you about today. This is the Propel from the folks at Trophy Ridge. This is a limb-driven arrow rest, and it's a budget-friendly limb-driven arrow rest. We haven't really seen one in this price category yet that is this well functioning. So limb-driven, what does that mean? So that means that unlike cable-driven, you're going to attach this to the limb, and so at rest, in other words, before you draw, the rest actually sits in this position. And then when you draw the bow back, that brings the launcher up, and now it's supporting your arrow. And then at the shot, the limbs go back to their resting position, and that's what pulls the rest out of the way. It is a drop away wrist. It's just a different way of achieving that. Some folks prefer the limb-driven rest because, you know, there's no stretch. Sometimes those cable-mounted, the cable-driven rests, sometimes cords can stretch. In the cable, that's a fiber, you know, it can pull through, things like that. The limbs are going to pretty much operate the same way each and every time you draw and fire the bow. You're not going to worry about changes. So it is a full containment rest. In other words, your arrow slides in here. You can either load your arrow from the front, or there is a little latch door here. Slide your arrow in from the side. Once it's in there, it's not coming out, so you don't have to worry about your arrow falling off the rest. We do have this V-shaped blade here, and it is rubber coated. You're also going to get a felt pad to put over the top of it, but it is rubber coated, so it's pretty quiet anyway. And when it is in the down position, you have this rubber arrow keeper up front. So you can imagine your arrow is going to rest right in there before you draw. Now, nice and smooth. You know, there's no sticking in there. There's no grinding of anything. This thing is super smooth. It's just nice and clean between the movement of the rest up and down. Nothing catching in there, so good ball bearings inside. What you're looking at here on the side, this is going to be how you're going to adjust the cord. It's just this little screw there, loosen that, and then you can change the length of the cord, obviously, depending on, you know, the size of your bow. This distance from the rest to the limb, that could change. And that's how you're going to accommodate for that, just by that screw. It does have simple adjustments for left, right, and for up and down. You're just going to break loose this screw here and then slide it left and right. And over on the side, same thing, break this loose and you can move it up and down. You are going to have 3 different positions for elevation depending on what you need with the bow that you have. That just allows for some adjustability there. In the pack, you are going to get 2 bolts. So if your bow does have 2 holes drilled into the riser at the shelf for mounting a rest, you will get 2 bolts. Obviously, 2 bolts in there, the rest cannot move at all if you've got both of them in there. All right, you are going to get a 3-position pad here. So what this is going to do is this is going to go on the underside of your limb, and then your draw cord is going to come down underneath, and you're just going to run it into one of these positions here. So you're going to have a channel whether you want to have it, if you want to attach your cord on the inside of the limb closest to the cam, on the outside of the limb away from the cam, or right down the middle. You're going to have one of those channels in there that you can choose from to hold that cord in position. Obviously, when everything's tight and that's gripping in there, it's not going to be able to slide as long as it's in one of those channels. All right, so that is the Propel, a brand new limb-driven rest, as we mentioned, from the folks at Trophy Ridge. Very budget-friendly, but quality arrow rest from the folks at Trophy Ridge, limb-driven. Haven't really seen something like that yet in the industry, so great to see the folks from Trophy Ridge coming out with that. If you want to see the Propel on our website, be sure to click the link in the description below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at LancasterArchery.com.